welcome back to this week's episode of Chat with Cait. I am your host, Cait, and I am super excited to share this episode with you. Now, trigger warning, this episode might not be for everybody. Not everybody might like it. It might bring up some feelings that people aren't so comfortable with, but this podcast is all about stepping outside your comfort zone. It's exactly what I'm here to do, and I am so excited to do this with you. This week, we will be touching on a subject that I know you're not supposed to talk about, but I'm going to. It's money and budgeting. I know. What do you know about money and budgeting? You're only 26. I know. But I really think it's an important topic that a lot of people don't like to talk about. I know that those, like I said, those are two scary words, but they are topics that I feel that we need to speak about more. And I wouldn't feel true to myself and the podcast and what I'm doing this for if I didn't bring them up and share my journey on becoming more financially healthy. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that I know everything about money because I don't. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that I'm financially healthy because that would be a lie because I'm not at all. Anybody in my life would be able to tell you that. But I did want to tell you that I'm on the path to becoming more financially healthy with everything. And this is kind of my story on what the reason is behind that decision to becoming more financially healthy. And I am super excited to bring you guys along for the ride. So let's take a deep breath, get your coffee, and we're going to just dive right in. Now, the first thing I want to let you guys know is I have never actually had a budget. I know, I've tried to set a budget, but I never could. I don't know what it was. I don't know why, but as a child, you go to the store and your parents say, oh, here's $5. You can go buy a toy or go buy a book or go buy candy. And you think, and you get that and you go, oh, I have money. Well, that's how I was. I was super excited. I'd get $2 and I'd run to our corner store and I'd go up and buy some candy, buy a snack. And I thought I had it made. And I was super, super excited about it. Now, I, from a young age, have been taught the value of money. I've been taught that money it does grow on trees, but it's not just readily available for everybody to have and that you have to work for what you want. I've always been taught that. And I'm really happy that I was taught that because I know that it doesn't come easy and that takes a lot of hard work to get your money and to kind of work towards becoming more financially stable. Like I'm so happy that I've been taught that. But I was never taught it in school, which is kind of weird to me. I was taught it through my family, seeing how my parents work, going up to like my grandfather's, for example, would give me $1 or give me money whenever I went to his house, give me extra change, whatever, and I put it in my piggy bank and I would put that away and save it. Now I don't know what I was saving it for. I think I used it for university, but I'm not 100% sure because I was young at the time. I didn't really have a full grasp on money, but that was my first kind of experience with saving and with kind of trying to have some money. Now we're going to jump to my first real experience with having a lot of money, and that is getting my first credit card. Now, I know everybody's been there. I know you all have been there where you get your first credit card and you think, oh my God, I have this amount of money. I can spend it all. And you don't think in the back of your mind, okay, well, I have to pay this all back. Again, I'm in the same boat. You don't think, oh crap, I have to pay all of this money back that I spent on the card. So I can spend $1,000, but I better have $1,000 to put on the credit card. Now I know that's a lot of issues for some people, and I get it, totally, because that's the same issues I have. Is that I sometimes look at it like, oh, it's infinite amount of money, and that's not always the case. And when I went to university, that's when I got my very first credit card, and I was told kind of to use it for like emergencies. Now, what qualifies as an emergency? I mean, does going out to dinner qualify for an emergency? Well, I mean, if you're hungry, it does. If you're starving, I've never been starving, but if you're really hungry, that's an emergency. Or does like books. Is books the only thing you can consider an emergency? I mean, I probably used it the wrong way when I was in university. And let's be real, I probably used it on a lot of stupid stuff. But, I mean, 18, 19-year-old and you hand them a credit card, it's definitely an exciting time. That is for sure. Now, when I went to university, I definitely kind of thought the whole, oh, I mean, I have a credit card, I'll be fine and everything, until I realized, oh crap, I have to pay this back. And so that's kind of when I started realizing, okay, well, if I have this much money, I can put this much on my credit card and I can save the rest for later. And what I was saving up for, what I really wanted more than anything, was to get my very first car, my first actual car from a dealership. Now, it didn't have to be new. I was totally open to it being pre-owned, and it was. My first car was a 2014 Hyundai Elantra hatchback. It had a sunroof. It had the heated seats. It was nice. I could plug in my phone, listen to my music when I was traveling, had all kinds of space in the back. It was bright red. Oh, it was such a nice car. And I was so proud of myself because I was able to get it without a cosigner. Because on my credit card, I had put money on it and I paid it off. So if I spent $20 on my credit card, I put $20 from my bank account onto the credit card to pay that off. So when I came time to get my first car, I didn't need a cosigner. I'm proud to say I've never needed a cosigner, which makes me really, I don't know, kind of pat in the back, giving myself a pat in the back right now, but makes me kind of proud that, I mean, at least that part of I'm good. Like I have decent credit. I'm not going to say I have great credit, but I have decent credit enough, like decent enough credit to make me think, okay, like I'm good. Like I don't need to file for bankruptcy. Like I'm okay. Everything's fine. But I was so proud to get my first car that I got myself, and I was going to put payments on it. Like I said, it was a 14 Elantra. That baby took me everywhere. And the only reason that I had to get my car I'm in now, my accent, well, that's a long story, but I was in a car crash and the car ended up being rode off, but that's a whole nother episode. But when I went back to university, I kind of realized, okay, well, I have to budget because I don't have an infinite amount of money coming in. Yes, I had a job when I was in university and I worked when I was in university and stuff, but I wasn't making like a lot of money. And so I definitely kind of like tried to figure out like, okay, I can put this much away for saving for like rainy day fund. And I had a little container there and I put like $1 or $3, but I always ended up spending it. So I wasn't like the best at it. And then kind of once I graduated from university, I realized, okay, well, now I have, not only do I have to pay for my credit card and my car, but I also have my line of credit. I have my actual student loans from the province, both of which are quite high and I need to pay. And it comes right out of my bank account and I have to pay that every single month. I don't get a relief for it. And I don't have a choice. Like if I need to pay this. And so I just kind of started accumulating more debt because of that, because I was like, well, I had to go to school because I have to have a degree. I needed to have a degree for what I wanted to do in my life. And then I kind of just started to kind of fall a little bit slowly into debt, but I was able at that time to still pay off my credit card, pay it off full, have no worries about it, and just pay it off and not think twice, which was super, super nice. But at the same time, every time that I paid off my credit card, I found a reason to use it again. So what I ended up doing is I would say, oh, there's this, I don't know, pair of shoes that I want. Oh, I'll just throw it on my credit card and eventually I'll put the money on exactly how much it was. And then I'd forget. And then eventually that started to kind of go into more and more and more and more. And then started to kind of like go, I can't remember the word exactly, but it started to gather into more debt. And then it just got so much. And now it's become something that I really, really have struggled with. And I've definitely let it affect my mental health. That is for sure. Like when I say letting it affect my mental health, I will have breakdowns during the day. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'll freak out. I'll get upset. I'll panic. I'll worry. I'll stress out. I'll cause fights. Like, I'll get super upset because I feel like I'm not doing enough to pay off my debt. I'll feel like, oh, there's so much more I could do to pay it off. How do I budget? And I'll try to budget, and then the budget will go out the window, or I'll forget to do it, or say I don't have enough money to do this. How come these people can do it? How come I don't feel motivated to do it? And then I just lose it, and I get super down and upset about it. And I am so hard on myself for that. I just think, you know what? How come everybody else can do it, but I can't? Like it doesn't make sense. I'll see other people in the same kind of predicament that I am, and they're paying off their debts. I'll hear stories about people and they'll be paying off the debts and everything will be fine, paying off the loans. And I get worried because I'm like, well, that's not me. And how come that's not me? Like, why can't I do that? And I definitely psych myself out a lot. But I'm learning kind of how to like control it and like where I need to put my money, where I need to invest, like save my money, where I need to like, kind of, do I really need when this for lunch when I can go out when I can actually make my lunch and bring it to work every day? Like, do I really need that $6 salad when I can definitely make one at home for like maybe $3 and make it a heck of a lot healthier, heck of a lot cheaper, and a heck of a lot better? Just trying to figure out like where my priorities are and everything in the whole money saving situation and everything. Now, with saving money and trying to like budget everything out, I have actually been doing some researching. I haven't been doing a lot of researching, but I've definitely done some researching, and I've come across some apps and some like budget tools. I just went on the other day and I actually ordered myself a budget binder. Now, this was definitely a TikTok purchase. I saw it on there and said, that's a great idea. And this is, I'm going to be honest, the first time I've ever bought anything off TikTok because I saw it on TikTok, and I am super proud of myself for that because I have the tendency to, buy things on a whim. Anybody that knows me would tell you that I buy things just because I'll buy the stupidest things, but I'll be like, I need to have that. But this budget binder, I really saw it, and it's like, it drew me in, and I said, I mean, that's a great way to save you money. I can definitely use that to my advantage. Like, why don't I take advantage of this? How come I haven't thought of this before? And then, so I ended up ordering it, and I'm super excited to try, so I can start that. I can kind of share that process with you guys, kind of share like what I'm doing with that and how that's going and everything. But right now, I have a couple of things I'm saving for, and I need to put my focus into that so I can just become more financially healthy. And I honestly am so excited to be able to share it with you guys because I know I'm not the only one that goes through this and is dealing with this. Like, I know there's all kinds of people out there, and I am not alone. I see it all the time, whether it be on Facebook or Meta. Is that what it's called now? Meta? I think that's the new name for it. We'll get to that in a different episode because that's a whole episode by itself. But like, I see it all over the place, and I definitely know I'm not the only one that deals with it. Heck, they make shows about people with no money. Have you seen Friends? I know I talk about it a lot, but it's my favorite show. And I mean, they live in this apartment, this beautiful, gorgeous apartment, and Rachel is a waitress, for God's sakes, and Monica's an out-of-work chef. That makes no sense to me. Nowadays, if you tried to do something like that, you would have to be a millionaire. I mean, I know it's a TV show, but you'd have to be a millionaire to do that, to have an apartment like that. It just blows my mind because some people are trying to live up to that, and that's not realistic whatsoever. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, I live with my parents in my childhood bedroom. I didn't move out. I moved out for university and then had to move back home because I had no money, because I am swimming in debt. And I need to take control of it so that I can better my health. I can better the health of everyone around me because I'm not stressing them out. Because I know I stress them out. And I know my family's listening right now. So, hi, family. I'm waving at you through my screen. You can't see me, but whatever. Sorry if I stress you out with money concerns or anything. It's all good. I'm fine. I'm okay. But I just need to see like realistic people. Like we need to have more of those people that are sitting at home in their own bedroom or with their parents, going to work every day, and then they come home, pay all the bills, and they have like no money left. That's reality. Reality is not showing people that live in a rent-controlled apartment in Manhattan and it's 2-bedroom and it's beautiful and gorgeous and she's a waitress. That's not reality. That's not realistic. We need to be bringing realistic shows. Like, I need to see a show about a college graduate.
It's 10 o'clock.
Who no longer who doesn't work in her profession that she went to school for, who lives out of parents' house, who drives her car around, who spends $20 on gas. Like, we need to see shows like that. Shows that just display the realistic life that people are living, not this fantasy life, because yeah, everybody wants to experience it, but we all want to also feel connected with people. Okay, now that's off on like a tangent and everything, but I am super stoked to have all of you guys here, whether that be 5 or 6 people, whether that be literally just my family. I mean, I'm totally fine if it is. Thanks, you guys, for supporting me and everything, and for giving this a listen and helping me and kind of going on this journey with me. Or rather, that be hundreds of people, whoever it is. I am super excited to have you here with me on this journey of me becoming financially healthy. And I hope that through this podcast, we can kind of get some tips and tricks from each other and kind of learn and grow and kind of figure out better ways to become financially healthy and be able to budget. I mean, heck, who doesn't like help? Who doesn't like others sharing their opinions and their tips and tricks of what works for them? I mean, I know I do. I mean, I am all for it. And I can't wait to hear what everybody's tips, tricks, how you budget. I'm open. My ears are open. I am here for everything. I want to hear your advice, and I cannot wait to speak with you soon. So that's it for this podcast episode. If you would like to listen to some more, please download this, follow it, go onto Instagram, give me a like. That really helps, honestly. Subscribe to this podcast episode. It truly helps me. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on Apple Podcasts. And I am working on having it shared to other platforms as well. Again, thank you so much for listening. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.